You have been protecting yourself in every way you know how. You have been careful about what you eat, what you watch, who you spend your time with. You have tried to raise your vibration, to stay positive, to keep your energy clean. And yet, something still gets through. Something still reaches you in ways you cannot explain. You wake up drained on mornings when nothing went wrong the night before. You feel a heaviness on one side of your body that you cannot trace to any injury, any illness, any logical cause. You walk into certain rooms and feel something land on you, something settle into your right shoulder, your right hip, the right side of your neck, and you carry it for days without understanding why. What if I told you that your body is not a uniform shield? What if I told you that the human energy system has a built-in asymmetry, a directional flow that most people never learn about, and that this asymmetry creates a vulnerability so specific, so consistent, that once you understand it, everything about your unexplained fatigue, your mysterious tension, your emotional weight that seems to come from nowhere, suddenly makes perfect sense. This is not metaphor. This is not abstract spiritual language dressed up to sound important. This is about the actual architecture of your bioelectric field, the way energy moves through your body, the way your nervous system processes incoming frequencies, and the reason why the right side of your body has been absorbing what the left side naturally deflects. And here is the part that changes everything. Once you understand this mechanism, once you see how it works, you can fix it. Not with crystals, not with expensive programs, not with anything outside of yourself. You fix it with awareness, with breath, with a specific shift in how you hold your own field. And the change is immediate, not in weeks, not in months, in the very moment you apply what you are about to learn. So stay with me. Stay with every word, because what we are about to explore is something that has been hidden in plain sight within traditions that stretch back thousands of years, confirmed by research that modern science is only now beginning to take seriously, and experienced by every single person alive, whether they have the language for it or not. Let us begin with something fundamental that almost no one talks about. Your body is not symmetrical in the way you think it is. Yes, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes. From the outside, you appear balanced, mirrored even. But beneath the surface, at the level where energy actually moves, where electrical signals fire, where your nervous system communicates with every cell, there is a profound and deliberate asymmetry that governs how you interact with the world around you. Your heart sits to the left. Your liver, the largest internal organ, sits to the right. Your left brain hemisphere controls the right side of your body. Your right brain hemisphere controls the left. This is not random. This is not an accident of evolution that carries no meaning. This cross-wired architecture exists because your body was designed to process 2 fundamentally different types of information through 2 fundamentally different channels. The left side of your body, governed by the right hemisphere of your brain, is your receptive channel. It is the side that feels, that intuits, that senses the emotional texture of a room before your conscious mind has formed a single thought about it. The left side receives. It draws inward. It is connected to the parasympathetic aspects of your nervous system, the rest and restore function, the part of you that knows how to be still and let information arrive. The right side of your body, governed by the left hemisphere of your brain, is your projective channel. It is the side that acts, that reaches out, that interfaces with the external world. It is the doing side, the side that shakes hands, that writes, that gestures when you speak. It is connected to the sympathetic activation of your nervous system, the part of you that engages, that pushes forward, that meets the world with directed force. Now here is where this becomes critically important. Because the right side of your body is your projective channel, it is naturally oriented outward. It is always reaching toward the environment. And because it is always reaching outward, it is always open. It is always in contact with whatever frequencies exist in the space around you. Think of it this way. Your left side is like a door that opens inward. Things can knock, but they have to be invited in. Your right side is like a door that opens outward. It is already ajar. It is already facing the world, and anything that passes by can push against it. This is not a flaw. This is by design. You need a projective channel. You need a side of your body that interfaces with external reality, that allows you to act upon the world, that gives you the ability to express, to create, to move energy outward. But here is the problem. In the world you were designed for, the frequencies passing by that open door were natural. They were the hum of the earth, the rhythm of wind and water, the bioelectric fields of other living beings moving at coherent, life-supporting frequencies. Your right side could be open because what it encountered was compatible with your system. That is no longer the world you live in. The world you live in now is saturated with frequencies that did not exist when your body's energy architecture was established. Electromagnetic fields from devices you carry against your body for 16 hours a day. Wi-Fi signals passing through every wall of every room you enter. Cellular towers broadcasting at frequencies that your nervous system was never calibrated to process. Emotional broadcasts from hundreds of people you encounter in digital spaces. Their fear and anger and anxiety transmitted through screens and algorithms designed to amplify the most activating emotional states. And all of this, every single wave and signal and broadcast, meets your right side first. Because your right side is open. Because your right side is projective, which means it is oriented toward exactly the source of these frequencies. The external world. Let that land for a moment. Every time you hold your phone in your right hand, every time you sit with your right side toward a window facing a cell tower, every time you walk through a crowd and your right shoulder brushes against the energy field of a stranger, carrying unprocessed grief or rage or desperation, your right side absorbs it. Not because you are weak, not because your energy is bad, not because you failed at some spiritual practice, because that is literally what the right side of your body is designed to do. It interfaces with external frequencies. It is doing its job. The problem is that the frequencies it is encountering are no longer the ones it was built to handle. And this is where the symptoms begin. This is where the mystery of your unexplained physical patterns starts to resolve into something you can actually understand. Think about where you carry your tension. Really think about it. Not where you assume you carry it, but where it actually lives in your body. For most people, and I mean the vast majority, chronic tension accumulates on the right side, right shoulder, right side of the neck, right hip, right lower back. The right jaw clenches more than the left. The right eye strains more than the left. Headaches that begin on the right side of the skull and radiate inward. Medical science calls this repetitive strain, postural imbalance, dominant side overuse. And yes, those factors play a role, but they do not explain why the pattern persists even when you correct your posture, even when you switch hands, even when you do everything the physical therapist tells you to do. and the tension comes back within days, sometimes within hours, settling into exactly the same place on exactly the same side. It comes back because the cause is not mechanical. The cause is energetic. Your right side is absorbing frequencies that create tension in your fascia, inflammation in your tissues, and dysregulation in the nerve pathways that run along that entire side of your body. You are not injured. You are saturated. If this is resonating with you, if you are already starting to feel something shift in how you understand your own body, take a moment right now to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss what comes next. Now let us go deeper, because this is not just about physical tension. This is about something far more profound that connects to the very nature of how consciousness interfaces with the material world. In the ancient systems that mapped the human energy body with extraordinary precision, systems that existed in India, in China, in Egypt, in indigenous traditions across every continent, the right side of the body was associated with the solar principle, the masculine, the active, the yang. Not masculine as in gender, but masculine as in the quality of energy that moves outward, that penetrates, that acts upon the world. The left side was associated with the lunar principle, the feminine, the receptive, the yin, the quality of energy that draws inward, that receives, that processes and integrates. These traditions understood something that modern science is only now beginning to confirm: that the right side of the body, because of its outward orientation, requires a different kind of protection than the left. The left side protects itself naturally through its inward orientation. It is like a creature that curls into itself when threatened. The right side cannot do this. Its nature is to extend, to reach, to remain open. And so the ancient systems developed specific practices to strengthen the right side's field integrity without closing it down, without shutting off its projective function, but rather giving it a kind of energetic membrane that could filter what it encountered. These practices have been largely lost, or rather, they have been fragmented, scattered across traditions that most people encounter only in pieces, without the underlying understanding of why the practices exist in the first place. You might have heard that you should sleep on your left side. You might have heard that certain breathing exercises emphasize one nostril over the other. You might have encountered traditions that place protective symbols or objects on the right side of the body specifically. But without understanding the architecture beneath these practices, they become superstitions rather than technologies. And superstition has no power. Understanding does. So let us build that understanding now, layer by layer, until you can feel it in your own body. Your nervous system operates on electrical impulses. Every thought you think, every sensation you feel, every emotion that moves through you is, at its most fundamental level, an electrical event. Neurons fire. Signals propagate along nerve fibers at measurable speeds. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your physical body. Your brain produces electromagnetic waves that can be detected and measured by instruments that did not exist 100 years ago, but that confirm what contemplatives have reported for millennia. You are not just a physical body. You are an electromagnetic event, a living, broadcasting, receiving field of coherent energy that is in constant communication with every other field it encounters. Now here is the key insight. Electromagnetic fields have polarity. They have direction. They have flow. And in your body, that flow is not random. It follows specific pathways that correspond precisely to the ancient maps of energy channels, that traditions around the world documented independently, arriving at remarkably similar conclusions despite having no contact with one another. The primary flow in your body moves in a pattern that is sometimes described as a torus, a donut-shaped field that flows up through the center of your body, out through the top of your head, down around the outside of your body, and back in through the base. But this torus is not perfectly symmetrical. It has a rotational bias, and that bias means that energy flowing down the outside of your body moves with slightly more force and speed along the right side than the left. This is not esoteric speculation. This is consistent with the measurable asymmetry in your body's bioelectric field. The right side of your heart's electromagnetic output is slightly stronger in its outward projection. The right side of your body generates marginally higher galvanic skin response, which is a measure of electrical conductivity. Your right hand, in most people, emits a slightly stronger electromagnetic signal than your left. What this means in practical terms is that the right side of your field is thinner, not weaker, but thinner. Like a faster-moving stream that has less depth, the energy moves outward with more velocity, which means it creates less of a buffer between your internal environment and the external world. The left side, where energy moves more slowly, more receptively, builds up a thicker field, a denser buffer, a more substantial boundary between inside and outside. What we have just uncovered about your body's frequency architecture only scratches the surface of how you unconsciously transmit and receive energy every moment of your life. If you are ready to explore the complete system, from breaking free of survival static to becoming a conscious broadcast of coherent frequency, you will find the full framework, all 9 master frequencies, and the step-by-step practices for moving from unconscious absorption to deliberate transmission in my book, Beyond the Frequencies, A Quantum Guide to Consciousness Mastery. It is linked in the pinned comment below. Pause and breathe into that for a moment. Feel your right side right now. Just bring your attention there. Your right shoulder, your right arm, the right side of your rib cage, the right side of your face. Notice what you find. Is there tension there that you have been ignoring? Is there a quality of openness, of exposure, that feels different from your left side? Most people, when they bring genuine attention to this for the first time, are startled by how obvious the asymmetry is once they know what to look for. You have been feeling this your entire life. You just did not have the framework to understand what you were feeling. I want to hear from you on this. Where on your right side do you carry the most tension? And how long have you been carrying it without understanding why? Drop that in the comments below. Now let us talk about what happens when toxic frequencies enter through this thinner boundary on your right side. And I want to be precise about what I mean by toxic frequencies, because this is not about fear. This is not about creating paranoia around invisible threats. This is about understanding, clearly and practically, what is compatible with your system and what is not. A toxic frequency, in the context of your bioelectric field, is any oscillation pattern that is incoherent with your body's natural resonance. Your body operates at specific frequencies. Your heart has a frequency. Your brain has multiple frequencies depending on your state of consciousness. Your organs each have characteristic frequencies. When you are healthy, when you are coherent, these frequencies exist in harmonic relationship with one another. They are like instruments in an orchestra playing in tune, each at its own pitch, but all contributing to a unified, coherent sound. A toxic frequency is a signal that disrupts this coherence. It does not have to be strong. It does not have to be dramatic. It simply has to be persistent and incoherent. A constant low-level hum that is slightly off from your body's natural resonance. A repeating emotional pattern from someone in your environment who is broadcasting anxiety at a frequency that creates dissonance with your heart's rhythm. An electromagnetic signal from a device that oscillates at a rate your nervous system interprets as a threat, triggering a low-grade stress response that never fully resolves because the signal never stops. These frequencies enter through your right side because your right side is oriented toward their source, the external world. And once they enter, they do not simply pass through. They interact with your body's own electrical system. They create interference patterns. Imagine dropping two stones into a still pond. Each creates ripples. Where the ripples meet, they either amplify each other or cancel each other out. When an external frequency meets your body's internal frequency and they are incoherent, the interference pattern creates nodes of intensified energy and nodes of depleted energy throughout your system. The nodes of intensified energy become tension, inflammation, pain. The nodes of depleted energy become fatigue, numbness, disconnection. And because the entry point is the right side, these patterns tend to concentrate there first before spreading through the rest of your system. This is why you can wake up exhausted after a full night of sleep if you slept with your phone on the right side of your bed. This is why you can feel drained after spending time with certain people, especially if they were sitting or standing to your right. This is why you can walk into a building and feel something heavy settle onto your right shoulder, your right side, as if you have taken on a weight that is not yours. Because you have. You literally have. Your right side absorbed a frequency that is now interfering with your own. And your body is responding to that interference the only way it knows how. With tension, with fatigue, with the vague but persistent sense that something is wrong, that you will not just a name. But here is the thing. Here is where this stops being a problem and starts being a doorway. Because the same asymmetry that creates this vulnerability also provides the exact mechanism for its resolution. The fix is not to close down your right side. That would be like trying to solve a ventilation problem by sealing all the windows. You need your right side open. You need its projective capacity. Without it, you cannot act in the world. You cannot create. You cannot express the energy that moves through you. Closing it would create a different kind of illness. The illness of stagnation, of unexpressed energy turning inward and consuming itself. The fix is to change the quality of what your right side projects. This is the insight that changes everything, and I need you to stay with me closely here because this is the mechanism that makes the practice work. Your right side is projective. It sends energy outward. When it is sending energy outward with force and coherence, that outward flow creates a natural boundary. Think of it like a hose. When water is flowing strongly out of a hose, nothing can get in through the nozzle. The outward pressure prevents inward contamination. But when the flow weakens, when the projection loses its coherence, the hose becomes just an open tube. Anything can flow in from either direction. This is exactly what happens with your right side when you are depleted, distracted, fragmented, or unconscious of your own energy. The projective flow weakens. The outward broadcast becomes incoherent, and suddenly that open channel that was protected by its own output becomes a receiver for every frequency in its environment. Most people in the modern world are walking around with a weakened right side projection. Not because they are spiritually deficient, but because the conditions of modern life systematically drain the coherent output of the projective channel. Constant digital stimulation fragments your attention, which fragments your energy output. Chronic stress activates your sympathetic nervous system in a way that burns through your projective energy without directing it purposefully. Sedentary living reduces the physical movement that naturally charges and directs the right side's field. Emotional suppression blocks the expressive function of the projective channel, causing it to stagnate rather than flow. The result is an entire population walking around with their right side essentially unprotected, open to whatever frequencies they encounter. Absorbing without filtering, receiving without choosing, and then wondering why they feel exhausted, tense, anxious, and burdened by emotions that do not feel like their own. So how do you restore the projective coherence of your right side? How do you turn that open tube back into a flowing channel that protects itself through the strength of its own output? The answer lies in understanding what coherent projection actually is. It is not about forcing energy outward. It is not about tensing your right side or clenching your right fist or trying to push some imagined force out through your right arm. That kind of effort actually makes the problem worse because it creates tension, and tension is the opposite of coherent flow. Coherent projection is about alignment. It is about bringing your awareness, your intention, and your physical body into a unified state where energy naturally flows outward through your right side with clarity and purpose. It is the difference between shouting into a crowd and speaking clearly in a quiet room. The volume is not what matters. The coherence is what matters. And coherence begins with one thing: attention. Right now, as you listen to these words, bring your full attention to your right hand. Do not move it. Do not change anything about what you are doing. Simply notice your right hand. Feel it from the inside. Feel the warmth in your palm. Feel the subtle pulse of blood moving through your fingers. Feel the aliveness of the tissue, the skin, the space between your fingers. Just feel your right hand as if it is the most important thing in the world. Notice what happens. Within seconds of bringing genuine attention to your right hand, you will feel something shift. A warmth, a tingling, a sense of activation that was not there a moment ago. This is not imagination. This is measurable. Studies on directed attention have shown that when you focus your awareness on a specific part of your body, blood flow to that area increases, electrical activity increases, and the electromagnetic output of that area measurably strengthens. You just activated your right side's projective field with nothing but attention. Now expand that awareness. From your right hand, let it spread up through your right wrist, your right forearm, your right elbow, your right upper arm, your right shoulder. Feel the entire right arm from the inside. Feel it alive, warm, present. Then let that awareness continue into the right side of your chest, the right side of your rib cage, your right hip, your right thigh, knee, calf, foot. Feel the entire right side of your body as one unified field of awareness. What you are doing right now is the most fundamental practice for restoring right side field integrity. You are directing coherent attention, which generates coherent energy, which creates coherent projection, which naturally establishes a boundary that filters incoming frequencies without blocking your ability to engage with the world. This is not a one-time fix. This is a practice, a way of being, a shift in how you inhabit your own body that, over time, becomes automatic. The ancient traditions that understood this asymmetry built this practice into daily life. They did not call it field coherence or projective restoration. They called it presence. They called it embodiment. They called it being awake in your body rather than lost in your mind. Because here is what happens when you live primarily in your thoughts, which is how most modern humans spend most of their waking hours. When your attention is in your head, consumed by mental activity, planning, worrying, analyzing, scrolling, your body becomes essentially unattended. It is still functioning, still breathing, still digesting, but your conscious awareness is not in it. And without conscious awareness, the projective field of your right side has no fuel. It weakens, it goes dormant, and you become a walking open receiver for every frequency in your environment. This is why meditation helps, even when people cannot explain why. This is why yoga helps, why Tai Chi helps, why any practice that brings your attention back into your body creates a sense of protection and clarity that seems disproportionate to the simplicity of the activity. You are not just relaxing. You are restoring the coherent projective field that is your body's natural defense against incoherent external frequencies. But I want to take this deeper. Because awareness alone, while powerful, is the foundation, not the complete structure. There are specific ways to work with your right side that amplify this effect dramatically. And these methods come from the intersection of what the ancient systems mapped and what modern understanding of bioelectricity confirms. The first is breath, and not just any breath, directional breath. Your breath is the most powerful tool you have for moving energy in your body. Every inhale draws energy inward. Every exhale projects energy outward. This is not metaphor. When you exhale, your diaphragm pushes upward, your intercostal muscles contract, and the resulting change in pressure creates a measurable shift in your body's electromagnetic output. Your exhale is literally a projection of energy. Now combine this with directed attention. Bring your awareness to your right side, as you did a moment ago. Feel the entire right side of your body as one field. And now, on your next exhale, feel your breath moving outward through your right side. Not just through your nose or mouth, but through the skin, through the field, through the entire right surface of your body. Feel your exhale as a wave of coherent energy broadcasting outward from your right side. This is not visualization in the way most people understand it. You are not pretending. You are directing a real physiological process with conscious intention. Your breath creates pressure changes. Your attention directs where the effects of those pressure changes are felt. Together, they create a coherent outward flow through your right side that is measurably stronger than what occurs without conscious direction. Do this for 3 breaths right now. Just 3. Inhale naturally. Exhale through your right side. Feel the projection. Feel the outward flow. Feel your right side come alive with directed energy. 3 breaths. That is all it takes to shift your right side from passive receiver to active projector. 3 conscious breaths to establish a boundary that no toxic frequency can penetrate, because the outward flow is stronger than the inward pressure. Now imagine what happens when you do this, not just for 3 breaths, but as a way of living. When you walk through a crowded space and you are breathing with awareness of your right side. When you sit in a meeting with someone whose energy feels heavy and you are maintaining coherent projection through your right channel. When you lie down to sleep and you take 30 seconds to establish your right side field before closing your eyes. The effects compound. They build. They create a new baseline of energetic integrity that becomes your default state rather than something you have to consciously maintain. Your body learns, your nervous system adapts. The projective field of your right side strengthens the way any system strengthens with consistent use, and the frequencies that once penetrated effortlessly begin to slide off like water off a surface that has been sealed. The second practice involves movement, and this is where the physical and the energetic become inseparable. Your right side needs to move. It needs to express its projective nature through physical action. When the right side of your body is stagnant, when it is held in the same position for hours while you sit at a desk or stare at a screen, its projective field collapses. The energy that should be flowing outward pools and stagnates, creating exactly the conditions that allow external frequencies to accumulate. The simplest and most effective movement for restoring right-side projection is deliberate extension. Reach your right arm outward, fully extended. Feel the stretch from your right shoulder through your right fingertips. Hold it for a moment and feel the line of energy that runs from the center of your body outward through your right arm. This line is real. It corresponds to measurable electrical pathways in your fascia, in your meridian system, in the nerve channels that run along the entire length of your arm. Now rotate your right wrist slowly. Circle your right hand. Feel the energy at the end of your right arm begin to move, to spiral, to activate. This simple movement, which takes less than 30 seconds, does something remarkable to your right side field. It creates a vortex pattern at the boundary of your projective channel, a spinning field at the point where your energy meets the external environment that acts as a natural filter. Coherent frequencies that match your system can pass through the vortex. Incoherent frequencies are deflected by the rotational force. This is not mysticism. Vortex dynamics are well understood in physics. A spinning field creates a selective barrier that admits compatible frequencies and rejects incompatible ones. Your body already does this at the cellular level, where the rotation of proteins in cell membranes creates selective channels that admit certain molecules and reject others. You're simply applying the same principle at the level of your whole body energy field. Do this throughout your day. Reach, extend, rotate. Move your right side with awareness and intention. Let it project. Let it express. Let it do what it was designed to do, and it will protect you as a natural consequence of its own healthy function. The third practice is perhaps the most powerful, and it is the one that most people resist because it requires something that the modern world has trained you to avoid. Stillness with awareness. Not meditation in the way it is usually taught, where you close your eyes and try to quiet your mind and inevitably end up frustrated by the noise of your own thoughts. This is something different. This is what I call field listening, and it works like this. Find a moment of stillness. It can be brief. Even 60 seconds will work. Sit or stand with your spine straight, your shoulders relaxed, your feet on the ground. Close your eyes if you can. And instead of trying to quiet your mind, instead of trying to do anything at all, simply listen with your right side. Feel your right side as an antenna. Feel it receiving the frequencies around you. But do not absorb them. Do not take them in. Simply notice them. Notice the quality of what is there. Is it heavy? Is it sharp? Is it buzzing? Is it still? You are not analyzing. You are not judging. You are simply becoming aware of the frequency environment you are in, through the channel that interfaces with it most directly. This practice does something extraordinary. By consciously listening with your right side without absorbing, you activate a function of your nervous system that is usually unconscious. You bring the right side's receiving function under the governance of your awareness rather than leaving it to operate on autopilot. And when receiving becomes conscious, it becomes selective. You can feel a frequency without taking it in. You can notice a signal without letting it interfere with your own. You can stand in a field of toxic frequencies and remain untouched, not because you have blocked them out, but because you are consciously choosing not to resonate with them. This is the deepest secret of energetic protection. It is not about blocking. It is not about shielding. It is about conscious non-resonance. When you are aware of a frequency, truly aware of it, you have a choice that does not exist when you are unconscious of it. You can choose not to match it. You can choose to maintain your own coherence in its presence. And when you make that choice from a place of genuine awareness rather than fear or resistance, the toxic frequency has no mechanism through which to affect you. Because the mechanism of frequency interference requires resonance. It requires your system to begin oscillating in sympathy with the external signal, and conscious awareness gives you the ability to simply not do that. Tell me in the comments, have you ever walked into a space and immediately felt something heavy land on your right side? Something you knew was not yours. I want to hear your experience. Let that sink in. You do not need to build walls. You do not need to run from toxic environments. You do not need to isolate yourself from the world in order to protect your energy. You need to awake. You need to be present in your body, especially your right side. You need to be conscious of what you are encountering so that you can choose your response rather than having your response chosen for you by whatever frequency happens to be the strongest in your environment. This is what the ancient traditions meant when they spoke of the awakened warrior. Not someone who fights, someone who is so present, so aware, so fully inhabiting their own field that nothing can enter without their conscious permission. The warrior does not need armor because the warrior's presence is the armor. The warrior's awareness is the shield. The warrior's coherent projection is the boundary that nothing incoherent can cross. And this warrior lives in you, has always lived in you, is not something you need to become, but something you need to remember, something you need to stop forgetting every time you pick up your phone, every time you get lost in a scroll, every time you leave your body to live in the anxious projections of your mind. Come back. Come back to your body. Come back to your right side. Come back to the living, breathing, pulsing field of energy that you are. And watch what happens to the toxic frequencies that have been accumulating there. Watch them release. Watch them dissolve. Not because you fought them, but because you finally showed up. And in your showing up, in your presence, in your conscious inhabitation of your own field, there is simply no room for them anymore. Now I want to address something that you may be feeling as you take this in. You may be feeling anger, not at what I am saying, but at the realization of how long you have been unprotected. How many years you have been walking through the world with your right side open, absorbing frequencies that were never yours, carrying tension and fatigue and emotional weight that did not belong to you. You may be looking back at periods of your life where you felt inexplicably heavy, inexplicably drained, inexplicably burdened, and realizing that you were not broken. You were not weak. You were simply unaware of a vulnerability that no one ever told you about. Let that anger move through you. Do not hold it. Do not suppress it. Let it rise and let it pass. Because anger is itself a projective energy. And right now, it can serve you. It can fuel the very projection that restores your right side field. Feel the anger move through your right side and outward. Feel it clear the channel. Feel it burn away the residue of frequencies that have been lodging there for years, decades, perhaps your entire life. And then let it soften. Let the anger become something quieter but no less powerful. Let it become resolve. The resolve to never again walk through the world unconscious of your own field. The resolve to inhabit your body fully, to breathe with awareness, to move with intention, to maintain the coherent projection that is your birthright and your natural state. Because here is the truth that most people miss entirely. Protection is not something you add to yourself. It is something you stop subtracting from yourself. Your field, in its natural state, is already coherent. Your right side, when properly fueled by awareness and breath and movement, already projects with enough force to deflect any incoherent frequency. You do not need to acquire protection. You need to stop doing the things that dismantle it. Stop leaving your body to live in your thoughts. Stop fragmenting your attention across 17 streams of input. Stop suppressing the expressive, projective impulses of your right side, because the world told you to sit still and be quiet and stop taking up space. Your right side needs to take up space. It needs to project. It needs to broadcast your coherent frequency into the environment with enough strength that nothing incoherent can push back against it. This is not about being loud or aggressive or forceful. Coherent projection can be utterly silent. It can be still. It can be the quietest thing in the room and still be the most powerful. Because coherence is not about volume. It is about integrity. It is about every part of the signal being aligned, every wave in phase, every oscillation in harmony with every other oscillation. A coherent whisper carries more force than an incoherent scream. A single candle flame that burns steady and true illuminates more than a bonfire that flickers and sputters and throws sparks in every direction. Be the steady flame. Be the coherent signal. Be the clear, unwavering projection of your own frequency through the right side of your body and out into the world. And watch how the toxic frequencies that once overwhelmed you become irrelevant. Not because they disappear. They are still there. The Wi-Fi signals, the emotional broadcasts, the chaotic frequencies of a world that has lost its coherence. They are still there, but they can no longer reach you. Because you are no longer a passive receiver. You are a conscious projector, and the direction of your energy flow has reversed. This is the fix, not a technique you perform once and forget, a way of being that you practice until it becomes who you are. Wake up and feel your right side. Breathe and project through your right side. Move and extend your right side. Listen with your right side without absorbing. Choose your resonance consciously rather than having it chosen for you. Consider coming back to this video each morning before you step into the world and let it reset your field for the day. And if someone you care about has been carrying unexplained heaviness on their right side, send this to them. When you share this understanding, you create a ripple of coherence that strengthens not just their field, but your own. Because every person who wakes up to this knowledge becomes another source of coherent frequency in your environment, amplifying the very signal that protects you both. And there is one more piece to this that I want to leave you with, because it is the piece that transforms this from a personal practice into something that ripples outward and changes everything it touches. When your right side is projecting coherently, you are not just protecting yourself, you are contributing a coherent frequency to the environment around you. You are becoming a source of coherent signal in a world drowning in noise. And coherent signals have a remarkable property that incoherent signals do not. They entrain, they organize, they bring other oscillating systems into alignment with their own frequency. This means that when you walk through a room with your right side projecting coherently, you are not just protecting yourself from the toxic frequencies in that room. You are actually beginning to transform them. Your coherent output meets the incoherent signals around you and, through the physics of entrainment, begins to organize them. The people near you begin to feel calmer without knowing why. The tension in the space begins to dissolve. The chaotic frequencies begin to find a pattern, a rhythm, a coherence that was not there before you arrived. You become a tuning fork. Not by trying to heal anyone, not by directing your energy at anyone, simply by being coherent, simply by maintaining the integrity of your own field, simply by doing the quiet, invisible, profound work of being fully present in your own body with your right side awake and projecting. This is how the world changes, not through grand gestures or massive movements, or forcing reality to conform to your will. Through individuals who have done the work of restoring their own coherence and who walk through the world as living sources of coherent frequency. Through people who have stopped absorbing the noise and started projecting the signal. Through you, standing here right now, in this moment, choosing to be awake in your body, choosing to inhabit your right side with full awareness, choosing to project rather than absorb. The warning in the title of this exploration was real. Your right side has been absorbing toxic frequencies. It has been doing so for years, and the effects have been accumulating in your body, in your energy, in your emotional state, in ways you could feel but could not explain. But the warning is not the end of the story. The warning is the beginning of the transformation, because now you know, now you understand the architecture, now you have the practice, and now you have a choice that you did not have before you heard these words. Choose coherence. Choose presence. Choose to inhabit your body fully, especially the side that has been left unguarded. Choose to breathe with awareness, to move with intention, to project with clarity, and choose to do this not just for yourself, but for every field your field touches, every person who stands near you, every room you walk into, every space you inhabit. You are not just fixing a vulnerability. You are activating a capacity that has been dormant in you, waiting for exactly this understanding to bring it to life. Your right side is not your weakness. It is your interface with reality itself. And when that interface is conscious, when it is coherent, when it is fully awake and fully projecting, there is nothing in this world that can compromise your field without your permission. Take a breath right now, a deep one. Feel it fill your entire body, and as you exhale, feel it flow outward through your right side. Feel the projection. Feel the boundary forming. Feel the coherence establishing itself in real time, in your actual body, in this actual moment. That is not a concept. That is not a theory. That is you, restoring what was always yours. That is you, waking up to an architecture that has been operating beneath your awareness for your entire life. That is you, becoming the conscious guardian of your own field. And from this moment forward, nothing gets in without your permission. If these words landed somewhere real in you, if you felt something shift in your body as you listened, then you already know this is not ordinary content. This is a frequency in itself, and you found it because you were ready for it. Subscribe to this channel, because what we explore here goes deeper every time. Leave a comment with one word, just one word, that describes what you felt in your right side as you listened. And share this with someone who has been carrying weight on their right side without understanding why. They need this, and you know exactly who they are. Until next time, stay coherent, stay awake, stay in your body. The world needs your signal now more than ever. Now that you understand how your body's field interfaces with reality, go deeper into how your voice itself carries frequency and shapes the world around you by watching your speaking wrong. Unlock God voice frequency and change your reality now. That video reveals how the sounds you make either reinforce your coherence or shatter it, and it will transform how you use your most powerful projective tool.